Hello, my name is Vadim. This video is about how I made this 5 seconds animation in 10 days. While I will be telling you the rules and stuff, I will show projects that I've done throughout my learning path and just some random renders. I got into 3D less than a year and a half ago, and I have seen lots of CG challenges on YouTube, like the Endless Engines one. I watched and admired them artworks, and I always wanted to participate in something similar to that. But I always thought I didn't have enough skill and experience to take part in something so complex, so I never even searched for any new ones. But one day while scrolling through YouTube, I randomly stumbled upon a video about a new CG challenge. I watched it, read the rules and decided to participate in it. The challenge was to make a 5 seconds animation of the main character being chased by something/someone. This was the raw scene from which everybody would have to build their scenes upon. The prizes were, for the first place, RTX 4090, for the second place, $200 plus a promo code for $500 on a render farm, for the third one, $100 plus a promo code for $250 on a render farm. The rules were, 1. The animation must be about the chase. If you make it in a New Year's theme, would be even better. 2. You cannot change the position of the main character, but you can change its animation. 3. You can change the position of the object or even multiple objects that are chasing the main character, but you have to make sure that at the end they get as close to the main character as shown in the provided scene. 4. It is forbidden to change anything about the camera like its position or settings, besides the depth of field, which must be used reasonably, and you can also add the camera shake, but only in the middle of the animation, so all the animations from the participants would loop seamlessly. 5. It is also forbidden to use AI to make your work, as well as to change the FPS of the project. 6. You can use stock models. 7. You can use any 3D program, render engine, or style, even 2D. 8. Project/render settings, duration, 5.05 seconds/130 frames long, 25 FPS, resolution, either 1920 by 1080 or 4K. 9. Also, if you add a T-Rex to your scene you can win merch from the sponsor of the challenge. The deadline was set on the December 27th, the challenge started on the 6th of December, I saw the video and started on the 7th. So we are finally over the rules and shit, so now I will show you how I made it, if anyone cares. Overall I think I spent anywhere between 70 and 80 hours on this project, including the sound design, but excluding the rendering process, which took around 200 hours, 1.5 hours per frame. For 130 frames in total. Unfortunately though, I don't have the footage of everything I've done, mainly the texturing part is lacking. But aside from that I had recorded around 55 hours of the workflow from the concepts to the final render. I went through the recording and filtered it from AFK moments and other useless stuff as much as I could, but I am sure I must have missed some, so eezzvenete in advance. All in all on paid assets I spent only $2. Also keep in mind that I have had references and tutorials open on the second monitor throughout the challenge. On day 1, I started by creating concepts/ideas for my animation. I came up with 9 concepts, combined some of them together and as a result had 6 different concepts overall. At that time I was sure that the creativity behind your work would probably be the most crucial criteria of the judging part of this challenge. But even though I clearly understood that, I couldn't decide which one from those 6 to pick. So I thought that I would just make them all and submit either all of them separately or edit them changing every second or so, resulting in a 5 seconds video. That was clearly an unrealistic expectation, and because I was that dumb at the end of the challenge I had an animation with the most obvious, boring and uncreative idea behind it. Basically I got stuck on the second concept and kinda went with it to the end of the project, forgetting about other ideas. But not knowing that, I figured that I should start with the ideas that I kinda knew how to realize first and then make the complicated ones. I sped up the footage 40 times, or is it by 40x, 40 times as fast, you get the idea. England, oh bad sorry. I started by trying to fix my old model of Pedro Pascal, because almost every concept that I made had a human as a main character. I know, you thought it was a photo of him at first, but it is indeed a model sculpted by me a year ago. Then, after realizing I will have to retopologize the whole body, when I almost died trying to retopologize the head, I just connected the head of my Pedro to the given project's dummy's body and fixed it a little. After that I started creating my first scene of the challenge with the cube, because it was the easiest one. Also I elaborated the cube scene a little, but the footage doesn't show the end result of the scene I made that day, because I forgot to record it, so here it is. On day 2, I began making a scene for my other idea, the police chasing the jail escapee-1. On paper, all I had is this masterpiece. But in my mind I actually had an image of what that scene should look like. I wanted there to be a gas station, and some kind of high skyscrapers or mountains in the background, so I went through many of US states, cities, suburbs, roads, streets on Google Maps, and somehow randomly found this, 100 County, Road 3, Flagstaff, Arizona. That was even better than what I had in mind. So after I found the perfect reference for my scene I began blocking it out. The police car from the cyberpunk I modeled myself some time ago. On day 3, I continued the blocking out process, also added free tree models from Blender Kit add-on. From day 4 to day 6 the footage somehow got corrupted for some reason, but I didn't do anything complicated there either, just added free textures to a few objects. There are like 5 main textures I think, but also added image textures to the gas station just by projecting the UVs from the view and lining it up with the screenshots of the gas station objects taken in Google Maps. I am not using those images for commercial purposes. I also added free grass, rocks, background cars and utility poles from the add-on mentioned before. Big thanks to those people who made those models and textures and made them free, by the way. After that I added small details, fog, tried a lot of different animations from Mixamo for the mewing Giga Chad and chose the one that looked on him decent enough. Lastly, I have been look developing a lot, trying to find the right look to the image. On day 7, I also spent a lot of time look developing and also adding / enhancing animations. On day 8, I was adding details to my scene, look developing. Also, I wanted to add clothes to the Pedro, so I tried using Marvelous Designer for the first time, trying to make clothes by myself, which wasn't going well. So, after some struggling, I just bought the prison clothes pack with 6 different sets for just $2 on CG Trader, probably save a day or two just by doing that. Then, I simulated them clothes through trial and error, and when the simulation finally started to look decent, I exported it into Blender and put the animation on a test render overnight. And, spoilers, there was a surprise waiting for me in the morning. On day 9, when I woke up and watched the rendered animation, I realized that I've made a mistake. When I copied and pasted the Lux Max's animation while preparing it to export from Blender to Marvelous Designer, I shouldn't have had copied the first frame for the loop to seem seamless. Because of that one little extra keyframe, the animation looked like stop motion, which looked kinda cool, not gonna lie, but that wasn't the look I was going for, in this case, so I had to reanimate and resimulate, so I did exactly that. After the animation and simulation were finally fixed, I also textured the clothes in Substance Painter. On day 10, I was adding last details to my scene, like boots, hair, beard, moustache, eyebrows to the Chadlord himself, although I got rid most of the facial hair, cause it looked too weird, leaving him only with the eyebrows. You will also see the result of his 40-year mewing streak soon enough. I also fixed some other problems. At this point, I was kinda tired. I was almost ready to start rendering the final animation. I wanted the image to look as good as it could, so I rendered in 4K, with the 4096 samples, with the noise threshold turned off. One frame was taking an hour and a half to render, so the whole animation would take about 200 hours to render, and because of that I had to prepare the scene to be perfect, so I checked one last time for anything wrong in the scene, but couldn't find anything. Unfortunately, the scene had some obvious fuck-ups that I could clearly see later, but couldn't at that time for some reason. It probably happened because in the last few days, I was only concentrating on the foreground objects, and specifically on the main character, his clothes and the police cars, so I completely forgot about two objects not being textured, what I had seen already during one of the looktives, but decided to texture them on the next day, because I was probably very tired. Can you see those objects on the render? Well, I saw it only after a day of rendering, and I probably could re-render it with the problem fixed, but I couldn't be sure that the render time wouldn't increase to the end of the animation, and also because I wanted to make the sound design for my animation in time and wasn't sure if my PC would be able to handle it while also rendering at the same time. But it's not that big of a deal, I think. Rendering process took like 8 days to finish. In the meantime, I went through the footage I recorded and cleaned it up for the time-lapse, made the sound design for my animation, writing this text right now as I've rendered only halfway through the sequence, Hellaw, and will edit the video too. In the end, I want to say that the experience I got throughout this challenge is huge. A lot of the things I had done in this challenge, I had done for the first time. Sorry for my English, by the way. It's probably horrible, especially when it comes to past perfect tense. I would encourage everyone who has never participated in challenges like this one to participate and try your best. If not to win the prizes, then at least for the experience, skills and an addition to your portfolio. Of course I didn't win, but winning in this challenge wasn't the reason why I participated in it. I also chatted with other participants of the challenge, so finally talked to some people with the same passion. That was nice. I think those were the most productive 10 days I've ever had, with almost no procrastination. And I for sure will participate in challenges like this one in the future. I really like the end result of my efforts. I would change a few things about it though, like changing some textures, adding ripples and splashes to the puddles. I wanted to make them, but didn't know how to do it in Blender. Also, I would maybe change the sky in the top right corner of the image, as well as fixing the front car lights which somehow bugged and were acting strangely on the final render, like one of them is somehow visible as a white circle. Also, I must add that I have a very good PC, and without it I would probably not be able to develop that interactively, and make the scene in only 10 days, and I wouldn't be able to make the quality of the render that high, but the image quality is not that important, so don't be afraid of participating in CG challenges, if your PC isn't great. Even though I am sure nobody will ever find this video, if anyone somehow did, then please criticize my work. I will appreciate any advice on how to improve it. If you liked the video and want me to make some more in the future, just like the video and subscribe, and also if someone wants to chat about CG or just about life, feel free to contact me through the Discord, email, or whatever, provided somewhere here in the description. I will be glad to talk to some new people. Thank you for watching.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Get your ass on.
Oh my God, no way,
Oh shit, Cook. God damn. shoulder, cut. Hey, cuz, we got the goddamn miniature car here, shout. What the fuck going on, cuz? Only in Cleveland, shout. Cuz, that bitch running. Oh, shit, he sliding that bitch, shout, cuz. That bitch running off of 3 AAA batteries, shout. That bitch running off of vegetable oil, power steering fluid.